Hello, and thanks for coming back again. Um, this is another just a general update and chat type video. This week I'm doing some more stuff for Old John, as he's known, John Cunningham. Painted for years for John. Tons of stuff. I don't know how many figures John has. I think it's in the hundreds of thousands over a lifetime. Anyway, he's a collector of 20mm and 1/72 figures. And it's a nice little mixed bag this week. I'll just go into John first and show you what we've been doing for him. Um, let's get it. There we are. So yeah, we have some 18th century seated coach passengers. We have Cossacks. See what I hold that still. Cossacks, seated Cossack drummer. A couple of really large 30mm, very vintage, I think 1970s. English Civil War figures. Jason miniatures, I think they were. By Les Higgins. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out about the provenance of those figures. A couple of Cossack mounted officers. A couple of sappers. Some English Civil War artillery. I think there's a few minifigs in there. Maybe regular miniatures. These are definitely minifigs. A couple of officers. I'm not sure which period they are. Probably War of the Spanish Succession or something. And the guy with the wheelbarrow. Also been finishing off the first 24 bases of Epic Warlord Celts. These are for Leo. If I was finding it impossible to get some nice photos of these, when you pick them up, let's take a bite. Pick them up. You can appreciate the amount of work that's gone into those. But I've really enjoyed doing them, to be fair. Really enjoyed doing the shields, just a bit of freehand work that's quite nice. The problem I find with these, you take photographs of them and look at them on a screen, and of course they're blown up to kind of 28-30mm size, and you can see all the sort of the rough edges and things. But I said to myself the other day when I was trying to get photos that did them justice, that you've got to see them in 13.5mm scale en masse. That's how they really work. I think the Celts, the ancients in general, work really well for Epic. Anyone who's ever played DBA with little 40mm bases and 3 or 4 figures representing a unit, this is where this really comes into its own. So I've got another 24 bases to do for Leo. 12 next month, 12 the month after, and then that will be this order completed. I'm quite pleased with them. Leo's happy with them. You have to, when you're speed painting like this, get all the black colours in first. Everything gets that brown coat that I always do, that I mentioned in previous videos. A brown dry brush. And then I think these might have got a flat earth dry brush on top of that, quite sparingly. And then it's into picking out the colours and building them up. But I find I can do a single strip of 10 figures in about 1 hour. To this standard, I could of course always go further, but I have to call it a day at 1 hour, because otherwise I wouldn't, time money ratio. And as I always say, I'm painting pensioner. I'm doing this to supplement my pension. So I don't need to push myself too hard. I don't need to be making a fortune. I don't need to be charging silly prices. I enjoy doing it, and the 4 customers that I have, they're always happy with what I send them back, which is what counts. So yeah, today I'm just working up some Great Northern War Spanish Succession. That's the sheet that I printed off for reference. Wonderfully colourful periods. I think they're Russians and all sorts of colours and nationalities. The wet palette that I always use, very simple wet palette. I just use a bit of kitchen roll, greaseproof paper, isn't it, on wet kitchen towel, and it keeps all my colours open for a day. I can just use them like that, probably all day, and it still won't dry out. It saves a lot of paint. And at the end of the day, I just roll the thing up and throw it away, just a greaseproof, and then a news piece, as and when I need it. But yeah, just to go back onto these, obviously I like that one. I like that figure there. The flesh has got a flesh ink Vallejo wash over that to give a bit more shade. You can just see the slight redness in there. And that seems to work very well. I don't always use it. I use it where I have to. But it is a nice figure. Is there anything I can pick up here? Let's just grab this Jason figure over here. Again, it's beautiful. The weight of metal in that figure is incredible. Actually, just to look at it against the epics, you get the scale there. 30mm scale, I think. Just turning around a wee bit. 30mm scale figure. And that horse is absolutely wonderful. Wonderful muscle tone on the horse makes it quite easy to paint. But there we go. Another flash across the first couple of days' work of the week, and John asked me if I could finish this painted stable block as part of this patch. He has all sorts of things in his collection. That's a 20mm scale stable block, I think, in resin. So that will be going back. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to keep things ticking over. I'm not sure what I've got next week. I may come back to more Napoleonics, actually, but we'll see. Week at a time. Finish these up and see how we go. Right, I'll leave you with that. I do obviously really pleased with that figure, so I think John's going to love him. Okay, thanks very much for watching and following along on the channel. And if you do watch and you're not subscribed, it's all I do here is just chat about painting figures. I'm not really a wargamer these days. I was for many years, for decades, but somewhere along the line I lost interest in the wargaming side of it. But I still enjoy painting. So this works really well for me. I've got other hobbies, but it keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble, tops up my pension income, and I have a few happy people that I paint for. I can't really ask for much more than that. But if you liked chatting about painted soldiers, all scales, all makes, yeah, please subscribe. I'm not that far off my 1,000 subscribers, which is incredible for me. It's nice to know that people do take an interest in this kind of thing, because I know it's not the most exciting channel in the world, but right, I'm not going to rabbit on anymore. Rabbit on long enough. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.